Hello, hello, everyone. I wanted to find out from you first if you saw that Amazon hosted a webinar just yesterday. Uh, I posted it in the Logie group, but I'm not sure that everybody saw that link that I posted. Well, the screenshot that I shared. Because what happened was I saw this little notification on my phone. And, I'm more of a desktop person. So when I get these little notifications from Amazon, it's like, you should buy this. Or so and so was going live. And, I swipe and swipe and swipe. Then all of a sudden, I just saw the word webinar at the corner of my eye. I was getting ready to swipe, and I was like, what? Webinar? They never sent an email. I checked my emails. They only sent the notification to my phone. And yeah, they had a webinar. It was for newbies though, so I don't think most of y'all missed anything that you didn't already know. But I always like to go because y'all know I like to hear the
I
question.
attended it. I registered for it
You
and
did,
attended it
yeah.
because I just wanted to see what they talked about because I never seen that before.
So what was
So
your give me your impression of, was it good? Was it bad? Like, give it a rating on a 1 to 10
like
scale.
I learned like a few nuggets, but it was things that I already knew. But I learned a few nuggets that I wasn't aware of. And I'm trying to think what were they because I don't have my notes by me. But one of them, they were, of course, they went into ideas lists. They talked about collages and all of that stuff. But I could not tell if it was live or recorded
Oh, it was definitely live.
because chat was off. You could not chat at all. You only could ask questions, right? So one of my questions were, and I already knew the answer, but I just wanted to see what they were going to say, and they never answered it. But I wanted to know. I was like, collages were only available through mobile. And they never answered the question, which I knew the answer, but they never answered it. So that though that's a way that I try to figure out if things are live or not. Um, but they had lots of interactive types of instruction within it to show you how to do ideas lists, how to do collages. They didn't necessarily go through it all, but they showed that. What else did they talk about? Kind of like how you need to use SiteStripe, how they want you to really go from Creator University to be able to access everything and understanding the difference. How you can add emails or change your email, make sure that you're on the email list because you'll miss lots of information. So it was interesting because I seen that notification too, and I was like, oh well, let me just register and see what happens. So it was interesting.
Well, well, what I loved about it was, first of all, it was Katie Neville,
Yes.
who is a really great presenter
Mhm.
and far better than, I shouldn't say it. 'Cause that's not, it sounds like it's not nice coming out of my mouth. So I'm not going to say, I will just say me enjoyed her presentation more than I did the previous two young ladies that would kind of tag team and do it before. I just liked her personality. I felt her personality was warmer, and the other girls were great, but I just preferred her, put it that way. And since I haven't seen those other two ladies lately, maybe somebody else prefer her too. I don't know.
But
Or
I
maybe
thought
they.
it was good for
Mhm.
anybody that was like a fresh newbie, which I know a couple people that are, and I don't think they were able to attend because they work full time. But I thought if that's something that they will do every other week, and however, people should attend it for sure. And I noticed some people in that questions were saying that that was their second time there. So
Yeah.
yeah, I thought it
And
was valuable.
I understand there was hundreds of people there.
Yeah, because I didn't see
So
that. Yeah.
I I'm going to assume that all the newer people got the email as well as a text notification. But that's just an assumption because they didn't mention it at all. But I know
Right.
when I posted in a Logie group and I posted the screenshot, our friend Zoe thought that it was from the UK team. And I said, no, I can't tell because
Right.
once you open the registration on your phone,
Hmm.
I can't, even though with iPhones you can airdrop things back and forth, but because it's inside of the Amazon app, I couldn't airdrop it.
Mm.
So therefore, I was just like waiting until, the time of the webinar to find out if it was from the US or the UK team. Plus, you sign up from Zoom. So it's always going to be the Zoom email. I mean, the
Right.
Zoom URL
Right.
that you're signing up for. So I can't go by that either. So anyway, it was
Yeah.
good. It was a
Well,
great introduction. Here's a couple things that I know have been questioned a lot. The recommendation on this webinar, now don't shoot the messenger, was for vertical video,
hmm
10 to 30 seconds.
hmm I noticed that.
Vertical video. Andrew said, by the way, for those in UK, check your email. I just received one for UK about guide to brands. Oh, thank you, Andrew.
I'll check it.
I will try to check my email. So yeah, so it's I think they're going to be doing these webinars every 2 weeks. Like I said, most of you all know these things, but reason why I go, for one thing, I love to see the questions that people ask.
Mm.
Because people sometimes I'm like, what? Oh, I didn't think about it like that. And then I also have to remember that I'm a desktop user. So you're going to have different questions when you're on the phone because everything looks different.
Mm. Yeah.
So and I also like to see how well the person who is doing the webinar, how well they know the program.
Mhm.
Because we know that there's a lot of misinformation that can come from certain teams. However, I will say I I can't really think of anything that was like a gross, like, oh my gosh, he said the wrong thing. Like the vertical video, that's questionable. I don't know that that is something that we should just like stop doing horizontal videos and do her. I'm not going to say that, but she was given a recommendation.
Mhm.
So if this is what they're training all the new influencers on, I just want to make sure that we're all aware of that may be why you're seeing more verticals and you may be hearing people talk about this because this is what Amazon is saying. But I did also have a question that came up in another group. So I'm kind of segueing over to this other group. Know what? Before I segue into that question, let me finish one more thing that the young lady, Katie Neville, and I tried to Google her. She's like a fitness person. She gave this amazing tip. Reminded me so much of Ehud. I was like, this sounds like an Ehud tip. She says, when she's making content, she likes to follow the ABC. Make sure I'm grabbing attention. That's the A. The attention getter. The B, what's the branding? She says, I'm tall, I'm 5'11. So every time I talk about content or clothing, it's about tall girls. So A is attention, B is your branding, and C is the call to action. Now, she did not give an example of the call to action because I know Amazon is, they funny about calls to action. But I like the fact that, first of all, she had the acronym, the ABC. That's what reminded me of. And easy to remember: attention, branding, call to action. So I just want, if you have the brain space for this, because I ain't trying to overwhelm anybody, can you just think about what your branding would be? Because I think that's the trickiest part. And I know it depends upon what kind of product you're actually doing a video for, right? But if you could type in the chat some examples of branding. Like the first one that came in my mind is because I do toys sometimes with my grandson. So I would talk about that would be part of my branding there. It would be, if you're a grandmom or as a grandmom who's wants to keep her grandson happy, get him this Lego set or whatever the case may be. Um, so in different scenarios, and if you don't want to type it in the chat, it's okay, but I don't bite. I just think it's a good exercise for you to think about for the next video that you would create. Or even if you're posting on social media, right? It doesn't have to be a video, it could be the text of whatever it is that you're posting. Like say you're making a Facebook post or what have you. All right. Does that make sense, guys? Even if I see nobody typing in the chat, that's okay. I just want to know if that thought process makes any sense to you. Could you at least tell me yes or no? What do you think? Okay, Andrew says, on mobile, how do we get to the haul section and create site stripe link for the haul products? Great question, because that is all of a sudden a thing now to um that they are promoting is haul. All right, for that. Can't do traditional screen share. Have to pull out my big boy toys, my Ecamm Live. And yeah, I've got a couple emails about haul. Has anybody else got haul emails? I don't even know if you have to type in haul in the search bar. Ain't Sandy, but I will just double check. I'm a little so in my clothing videos, I often share my pant size and height. See, there you go. Thank you, Altovis. Little. It helps when people are shopping for pants. I also do a squat test. Oh, I'm not gonna do that because, yeah, nah. Oh no, I don't have any pants videos. That's probably why. Talia says, I received an email from Amazon about the whole website. Okay, wait a minute. Let me try to get my little ducks in a row. The magic happens, but sometimes it takes a minute to get it all together. And hold on, I got a separate scene for this. Yes, I do. Oh, it just so happened to be blue. Okay, so now let me go to the home. So I have, and I know if you don't have my um, thing pinned right now, you're not going to be able to see this, but that's okay. I'll walk you through it. Now I'm on the home. First of all, there's a banner up at the top that's flashing with 60% off Amazon haul. But in addition to that, the navigation menu across the top is saying groceries is the first thing, and then haul. So you know they're pushing it because it's the second option. Now it might be different on your phone if depending upon how you shop, it might be a different lineup. But hang on, let me just come back to the chat, make sure. I know they said in email something. Yeah, they got another incentive going, y'all. So we're not really supposed to talk about it, but it's no big deal. All right, so here we go. We're gonna go to. I'm gonna tap on the button. I'm not gonna tap on the banner because I don't know what I'll get with the banner. So I'm in Hall. I'm gonna type on these curtains here. These green curtains is the first thing. It says 80% off clearance. Those curtains must be $3. All right, they 9.99. All right, so now where do I? It says add to cart. Okay, so there's a little share icon at the bottom of the image. The bottom of the image. I'm going to assume this is where I'm going to be able to get my get link. Oh, so there you go. Copy associates link right there. So Andrew, I believe you were the one who asked the question. Hopefully, you were able to follow those directions. Okay. So, for those that don't know anything about Haul, it's like Amazon's answer to Temu, and it is only available on mobile. So that's why this little demo that I just shared was super important because if you don't know how to get the Haul, now you know. And they are pushing it. So, yeah, might be something you want to check into. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. That's okay though. I meant to do that. um, hang on, let me make sure I'm not muted. Okay, I was muted. All right, so there you go. Can you hear me now? Andrew said, thank you. You're welcome. I'm glad you saw that. I assume that if we purchased it, we will be able to do a video and tag it as well. Yeah, but the only thing, Altovis, they didn't say anything about how fast these sales come and go. So you purchase something, by the time you get it, it may or may not be part of haul anymore. I don't know. That wasn't mentioned. I think they're more so trying to push people to promote it offsite, but I could be wrong. Maybe it stays in haul forever. I don't know. And it's so new. It's in beta. You know how they are. When stuff is in beta, they don't have all their ducks in a row. Because originally, when they first launched Haul, you couldn't do that. You could not go and create your affiliate or your associate link. I know because I tested it. And I thought this is not even worth none of our time because we can't even make a link. So they changed it. Okay. And so Altavis thought about it and said, exactly. I know that if we share it from mobile and it's viewed on desktop, it will give you a QR code to scan to go to it on mobile. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, that's what they do. Whenever somebody talks about Hall, even in the email that they sent us about Hall, that's what you get, that QR code that opens up the app so that you can go to the Hall section. So, I mean, you won't be making that much money from it, but you never know if there's an incentive. I mean, if they were to offer an incentive, I don't know for sure, but I would imagine that it would be a higher percentage. Does anyone agree? Is there a way to link to a hall category? No, I don't think so. Let's go back. Let's go back into my little Icam Live. They don't have it in categories. They do have up at the top, it says 80% clearance, 60% off Valentine's. Let's tap that on. I don't see a share. You don't see the share icon in order to generate your link until you tap on the specific item. Okay, so you can't do a category. That's the only way I'm seeing categories. I'm just going to tap on another random. I don't even know what that thing is. It's a brass cufflinks. Cufflinks. Who still uses cufflinks? Raise your hand. My dad. Rest in peace. He loves cufflinks. Oh yeah. I don't see any way to do anything except individual products. Okay. $2.61. They should be giving those things away for 61 cents. All right. Anybody else see something I don't see? With Hall, I think it's great that we all get to know what they are. Because these products really disappear a few days after they are posted. Yeah, and they probably go right back into the regular pages, and they're just, it's the same product. It's just not on sale anymore in Hall. I'm assuming. I honestly, I'm just assuming because I actually have not paid much attention to it, other than the fact that I know we weren't able to make links before, and we can now. I will be getting a set soon. Andrew's getting some cufflinks soon. Yeah, because he's going to wedding or something. I need some cufflinks to go with my new tux. Well, hey, did you get your tux from Amazon? Let us know. No, Hall products don't have existing Amazon product listings. Oh, okay. Okay. Yep. Okay. The concept in Hall is unbranded products. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for adding that little tidbit because that's major. So if it's unbranded, that means you can't reach out to the brand. You can't, there's no brand, right? Okay, so I'm just going to leave the phone there just in case we need it again, which means they will never have an Amazon official listing outside of Hall. Thank you. Under $200 for the tuxedo, Andrew? Ooh, you didn't say where you got it from. So no product has an actual brand. Okay,
Yep,
thank
I got it off of Amazon for under 200 bucks.
Okay, you're a savvy shopper. Let's see. Let's go back to this question that exchange between Ehud. No, Hall products don't have existing Amazon product listings. And Sandy said, but they do have ASIN assigned to each product, which allows you to create stripe links. Yes, because you can create the link on Stripe, but you can only find the product on your phone. So it kind of like if you're already on your phone, might as well create the link on your phone, I guess. When you say site stripe links, I think it's actually the same as a mobile get link, but it's just about where you actually create the link. Is everybody familiar with that? If you're on desktop, use site stripe. If you're on your phone, they call it get link. It's mobile get link, which is just the site stripe on the Amazon app. If you're looking for a nice suit or tuxedo, I highly recommend Hagar. Oh yeah, that's a brand. They used to sell like shoes and stuff back in the day. I just made site stripe links to my fave Amazon haul products and put them in an ideas list. Okay, Sandy, thinking outside the box. If you monitor that idea list, Sandy, or I shouldn't say if you monitor it, you may want to monitor it a week from now, 2 weeks from now, and see how many of those products are no longer on sale or available. Because you know Amazon ain't gonna let you know, right? So, because I hate for you to be sending people to that ideas list and all the goodies are gone. So, yes, utilize the idea list and curated list options. Then that means you also can create collages with them, right? Because that's the easiest way to make a collage is to start with an idea list. And you're on your phone. I noticed some of them are already unavailable, unfortunately, but many are still available. Okay. Well, you figure if you put 20 in an ideas list, if 10 of them are still available, at least you know move them around. GWeb says, how many are getting CC earnings info and offsite reports page? GWeb's, I'll give you my experience, but can anybody type in the chat if they have the answer to that? My experience is it always comes into the on-site, but you never see it on your reports page. I've only seen it on my creator connections report, but the money is added in when you get your on-site payment. There's extra money added into that payment. Okay. Oh, no, he didn't even want to ask that question. I just started getting that today. Okay. I was thinking about that as well, but I was worried about them disappearing quickly. Okay. I mean a real-time earnings report. Um, those real-time earnings report don't always translate into real earnings. G Webs, you want to come on, Mike? So I make sure I understand. I don't want to like.
Does this work? I don't know if my mic is working.
Yeah, it's working.
Okay, now I'm talking about when you go to your offsite earnings, right? Before you go into Creator Connections and you're just looking at your earnings, mine's showing Creator Connections included in there now.
Oh
So
yeah,
it sounds like they're rolling it out. I was wondering how many people are seeing it.
oh, maybe. I haven't had any creator connections earnings this
But
week.
today's the first time I saw it in there. I was like, wow, my
Uh,
offsite is amazing. And I figured out they put my Creator Connections.
Oh, and they put it with
So you no
offsite.
longer have to go into Creator Connections and then go into earnings and then try to look at what you're this month or anything. You know, how when you're in earnings, you can flip it to this month, this week, today, yesterday, whatever. So now you get earnings from Creator Connection, or maybe we're going to start seeing it because maybe they're rolling it out to some of us first.
So then
That's what I
that
was
means
curious.
that you also can see the percentages there then, right? Because if you sort
No,
that,
not down below, not down below, just in the top part. It's just one of the items in the top part where you see.
yeah, okay. Thank you. Alta V said that would be fire. Oh, let me go back to Michelle because I think I'm missing something from a time perspective. Honestly, asking why anyone would choose to invest time in low price point haul products versus investing time promoting. Oh, just because Amazon keeps telling us to do it. That's all, Michelle. And there's going to be people that are going to go for it and they're like, Amazon told me to promote this, I better do it. And there's going to be others that are like, I ain't got time to be promoting that stuff. It's all just your personal preference. Like maybe all your customers are cheapskates or something. I don't know, right? And so it and promoting it also gives that exposure to those people that are deal seekers. They just think, oh, she's always got the deals. Doesn't mean, you're going to be promoting deals like that all the time because I predict Hall is not going to be around that long. We'll see though. Hey, G Webs.
So I'm always asking when I talk to people about influencer, like, it's live. Sure, you don't see a payoff, but what is Amazon? Like, are they checking boxes on our accounts? Are we doing verticals? Are we doing horizontals? Are we doing live? Are we doing pictures? Are we doing collages? Are we doing haul? Are we doing the different campaigns when they ask us to? And do we get more points or something? So I think there's that. I think that's what you were just saying, but I think we've got that potential. There's no way to know, but participate in the things they want us to. It seems like we're checking boxes. Our account is more full. Like we're at least active, and we're not going to be put on some list of people who may or may not even be phoning it in.
Yeah, and that's a great point. And I do think that that's one of the benefits for them for the STARS program. Because, like, most of us influencers are like, stars, who cares, right? It's nice though when you make platinum or if you get top creator on your profile, that's nice. Even though customers don't know the difference between a top creator and somebody who's not a top creator. But anyway, it helps them because they're counting your clicks, they're counting not just your sales, but like I said, they're also counting your clicks because that goes into that formula for stars as well. So, yeah, you're right, G Webs. I think they kind of do look favorably on the folks that participate in all the stuff they throw out there for us to participate. Okay. And they're listening as much as We get down. That's why I love Alto Visa's attitude because she's always like upbeat, like, hey, these are opportunities. And, we can't constantly be bashing the program, right? If we're in it, we're dedicated to it. I know that because y'all all are here and y'all always here. So always look for the opportunities, always think about like how can that benefit me? Like I was just saying about the hall. Even though you don't really care about a hall, you're just putting it out there maybe just to show people that you're an influencer and that hey, they got this new thing over there called hall. You're not really like putting your heart and soul into it. That's why I said I wouldn't buy any of that stuff. You just promote it on your socials. I mean, you buy it if you need it and it's $3. Hey, why not? Right? But you're not making this part of your business investment of, yes, and I'm going to do a shoppable video because there ain't no shoppable videos on these hauls. You can make a link and that's it. There's no carousel, upper, lower, down, none of that. Okay. All right. And Michelle says, I've earned Creator Connections revenue last week, but I do not see those earnings reflected on my off-site reporting yet. That would be amazing if they were rolling that out, though. And Latoya says, we work it to our advantage. No need to complain about a tech company. And that's right. Not seeing CC added to offsite on mines currently. So you're special, G-Webs. You're in a special category. But we already knew that. Okay. So they G-Web's making all the money. He sure is. So they I'm sorry, guys. I have to open this window because that's why I'm about to start coughing. Balancing the turning up the heat because it's super duper cold outside and then the heat is up too hot. So anyway, um what had happened was those emails, they're always encouraging us to read the emails, get the emails. And I know, especially when the email starts off with, oh, what are people buying this week? And let me see exactly what did that email say. Because buried within the email was the fact that they have a new policy guides that we're going to talk about. Okay, so I don't know if I see I get too many emails. I can't find that original. And I said I was going to take a screenshot before the meeting, but I forgot to do that. Okay. Oh, yep, it says I found it. Your followers will fall for these. And they got that mushroom coffee. Me and my daughter were just talking about it. And then they got icy pastels. And then it says updates to our policy guide. What? How they gonna throw that in there in the middle of an email? Like, shouldn't that have been on its own email? Is it just me? So how many people noticed that? I would love to know. Did you notice that email? Uh, that there was an update to the policy guide? Okay, Latoya said yes. Come on, just tell me. Put a 1 in the chat if you noticed before you saw the little promotion that I was going to be talking about that today. Okay, Michelle saw it. Good. All right. So who else saw it? Altavi saw it. Yay. So y'all do read the emails. So many emails and push notifications. Oh my gosh. Yes, Andrew. All right. So one, I'm always reading slow with Amazon. Yep. Yes, indeed. Well, one reason why when they start talking about things that are hot selling on the website, because y'all know I got Bendable. So I'm like, okay, icy pastels for the win over there on Bendable. Yeah, and by the way, Bendable has been really, really slow. And I know they got a huge influx of new people because they bragged about it on Instagram. They had the most signups ever last month. I know I have to add more dependable. Okay, yeah. So, but it's still there. I mean, it's still valuable. So I'm going to screen share. So hang on. Let me just get it all um, in the right position so that it makes sense for us to look through. Okay. Where is it? There it is. Okay. And I will tell you what I noticed right away that has changed. And also, please type in the chat if you notice something that has changed. Okay. And right now, because I'm screen sharing, I can't really see the chat. So you can come off mic. I mean, come on, mic, and stop me because, I don't care. So here we go. I'm not even going to read what's at the top. So then they show us an example of, I guess this is supposed to be somebody sharing on social media. They don't say that, but they got the hashtag ad there, and then they got the hashtag Amazon influencer. So I'm assuming using my famous air quotes, the sites you use to drive traffic belong to you, are publicly accessible, and contain your affiliate tag. That's not new, right? Well, the part about belong to you, I don't, for some reason, it hit me just now. Because sometimes I feel like my daughter could be promoting it on her YouTube channel. But anyway, your content is original and not duplicative or repetitive. Yeah, Amazon, why don't y'all shut down some of those accounts where they are not original? Okay. You include appropriate disclaimers, blah, blah, blah. All right. Comply with the full operating agreement. Like, this is just a little cheat sheet, y'all. We really got a full operating agreement that you need your legal team to read, aka Ehud, to decipher. All right. Your reviews of our content will focus on, I'm sorry, our reviews, meaning Amazon will review your content and they're going to focus on your storefront. It says your main pages, example, storefront. Content with the most traffic or views. Your newest content. The about sections of your pages. I'm still not clear about that. I can only take the leap that they're talking about. If you have a blog or a website and you've got an about section there, or if you're using what we talked about last week, the stand store or the beacons, or I don't know. The above are just examples. Our reviewers may check additional parts of your site to determine whether they meet our policy requirements. And believe me, that's only when they're trying to come after you. They're not just sitting there like, oh, let me just take a look at Andrew's about section on his blog. No. By adhering to these guidelines, you help us maintain a blah, blah, blah. How we uphold our policies. So I will let you guys read this, and I will put the link in the chat after I um, stop screen sharing. Because like I said, I can't really see the chat right now. Anybody want to come off mic? If you got something to say, go ahead. Or come on mic.
I have
Okay.
a question,
Yes.
Jen. Um, I thought that when they took away the storefront banner, that was kind of, well, my question specifically is, are we allowed to have information in the about section? Our websites and information, because I thought that's why they took away the banner, so that we couldn't have any sort of information like a website or email or anything like that. So that's
That's an interesting question because the young lady I was just talking about, Katie Neville, who did the webinar,
Mhm.
she shared her page, her Amazon page.
Hmm.
And she didn't have any socials listed on her page, but in her description was her IG handle. Okay. And I thought that was interesting, but no, she's not. She getting paid from them to do webinars. She don't care about, but that's a great question. I don't know the specific answer, and I don't know that this policy addresses that, but I'm going to write that down. Anybody else got a good question like that? Well, it doesn't have to be as good as that one because that one was really good.
Makes sense.
Let me write that down. So I'm sorry about section text. Yeah, I kind of told y'all when they said that they were going to get rid of that banner, that's because they were changing the layout. I know a lot of people thought, oh, that's because people are putting their email address and all. No, that's not why. They knew they were going to change that layout. They want vertical. Everybody wants vertical. Instagram just changed their grid to vertical. I ain't even going to talk about YouTube because, yeah, y'all know shorts, vertical. Okay. All right. So some of these things are kind of boring for us because what's allowed, what's not allowed. Here's the change that I noticed. Let's see. I'm not sure what category it comes under. I'm sorry. Um, oh, artificial or incentivized engagement. Content should not give the impression that proceeds from purchases made through affiliate links will be donated to a cause, charity, or organization with the promise of receiving cash back. But what is allowed? Thanking customers for supporting your site. Mentioning that shopping affiliate links is a way customers can support you at no extra cost. I know that people got banned. Specifically, I'm thinking of one of my dear podcasting friends who got kicked out of the program simply because he was saying, if you use my link, I'll make a profit. And they said no. So this to me is a change. If anybody knows different, let me know. Discussing that shopping affiliate links will help financially support you and the content you produce. That is allowed now. I don't remember that being allowed before. Can somebody back me up on that, please?
Yep, that's correct.
What's
It,
correct?
it wasn't allowed before. There's a
Okay.
few of our different Logia members and
Okay.
only influencer members that have posted in the group about getting booted out of the program for that.
Okay, thank you, Andrews. I just want to, because I started to find like I know I printed this out somewhere on my computer, and I'm like, do I feel like digging through that stuff? I'll just ask y'all and see what y'all have to say. So this is great. This is great. In fact, I just messaged someone, one of our Logie members was saying that in their video. They had a video and they said, uh, the link to this microphone is in the description, and you don't even have to buy the microphone, but if you shop, then that will support me, blah, 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 blah. And I mentioned, I said, don't do that. Don't say that because that's against the terms. Now I got to go back. I got egg on my face. It's no big deal though. But now I got to go back and say, no, they changed it. In fact, I need to take a screenshot of that right now because that's
So
important.
we have to, by the F, whatever it is, we have to say that we get compensated for links. So that's the same thing. It's just, I mean, it's a different way of saying the same thing. So I think
Yes.
we've always been able to say, when you use these links, I get a cut. Like I'm getting a portion of this, which is essentially the same thing as saying you're supporting me by clicking these links. I mean, we have to say it according to the law that we
and,
are getting a cut.
and
So
Yes.
I
that
don't think it's that big of a difference.
And that's probably why they changed the policy, G-Webs, because
But I think the fine line is to say if you support me, I'm going to spend it on charity. So, go out of your way
Right.
to support me like that. They want us to not offer like a gift card or say that we're doing something with, but we have to say it's supporting us. I don't see that as a
Right.
change.
Absolutely. And that's probably why they made that change, GWAS, because the policy was conflicting with the whole FTC disclosure. It didn't make sense. It was a dumb policy. And actually, at the top of the page, um, let me go back to at the very beginning, that we've established a set of guidelines of acceptable practices, but wait, we regularly update them to align with emerging practices. So they realize, because people probably got kicked out and they complained and said, now wait a minute, I'm supposed to disclose that information. And the first couple times they don't do anything about it. But then, like when 300 people get kicked out, then that's when they come back and say, "Oops, we better change the policy."
All right. From my understanding, because I almost got booted last year for this,
Mm-hmm.
is Amazon only requires that we disclose on our profile. They don't tell you exactly where to disclose on your profile. They just tell you to disclose on each of your owned sites that you are earning from Amazon. However, underneath the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, we are required to disclose on every single link that we share. And when we disclose, especially if we're doing it in a video, we are not to state anything along the lines of go ahead and use this link, don't buy the product, and just go shopping, because then that defeats the purpose of using your link, because now you're just generating false traffic. Here, use my link, now I'll earn. Or to turn around and go, oh, okay, you used my link and all the money I earned from this is going to go to charity. And then a lot of people just pocket that money that they say is going to charity. So that's why they're changing this to where the language is a little bit broader but easier to understand in the aspects of you need to disclose, but you have to be truthful about what you're doing and not passing it off as a third party that you're going to be giving the money to.
Very good. Thank you so much. That's so insightful. I mean, um, the way that Amazon does things sometimes boggles my mind, but I do appreciate this particular policy that they're saying we regularly update them to align with emerging practices. And, emerging practices, like, what does that mean? That just gives them the wiggle room to just say, look, we can update these things anytime we get ready to, even when we're wrong. So there's the link to the policy. You may go through and find other things that stand out to you, like, oh my gosh, I never noticed that before. Whereas for me, that one stood out simply because literally last week I just told someone they can't do that. And I was wrong because they changed the policy. And if you don't read your emails or pay attention, they're probably changing it again right now as we speak. And the other thing is, because we've been talking about the international storefronts and all that, I don't know if these changes are all across the board. Like when they change these policies, this is supposed to be a quick guide. So to me, that means they've actually changed the operating agreement. Why they didn't send us an email and say they changed the operating agreement, I don't know. But I don't know that all of the international storefronts have also made the same changes. So just to be aware of that, I don't think you have to do anything or worry about it. I just want to communicate that I don't know if it's across the board because all these teams, they don't always fall in line with each other. And it's important for y'all to know that. Okay, so I put the link in the chat so you can peruse it for yourself. Um, I don't know what else would be of, let's see, paid ads. I don't think anybody is running ads in this group, but I could be wrong. And once again, they keep honing in on these disqualified purchases so people know that purchases where cancellation, return, or refund has been initiated. These are all the disqualified purchases. Products purchased as part of a bounty event, which I don't get that part. But I don't know what a bounty event is. I don't know how that's different from a bounty. Products purchased as a subscription unless otherwise specified. Pre-release or pre-order products that are not available on the product listing page. Orders made by, here we go, family, friends, or associates. And it's probably already always said that, but I said to myself, there's two meanings to that word, associates. What But I think they mean your associates, not Amazon associates, because they didn't use the capital A. So I know that that is one of the questions that you see so many times in the Facebook groups. You know, I know that so and so bought this item. Well, first of all, if you know it, that means y'all probably friends or y'all associates. So that's why you're not getting paid. And that especially used to happen when more of us were doing live streams, that people would come back into the live stream and say, yeah, I was here last week and I bought the blah, 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 blah. But yeah, now y'all talking too much to each other, a little bit too much for Amazon because y'all friends. So don't qualify. So you got to be careful who you're friends with. Your mom always told you that. Like my website, for example, I have a disclosure on my header and footer as well as in my website policy TOS. And when I do a blog post, I think you meant to say, it is also disclosed again that they are affiliate links. Pictures on websites, for instance, need to contain a minimum ad or sponsored displayed on or near the picture or disclose that you can earn from clicks and on the pictures. GWeb says that is a very lame part of the system for people with small, medium audiences. It is, GWebs, it is. And, there's a method to that madness. And I think it probably dates back to people abusing the system long, long time ago or something. I'm not going to try to defend Amazon on behalf of this friends and family because to me they're being sneaky, knowing who your friends and family are anyway. And yeah, I got Echo right here listening to me, so they know that I'm friends with all of y'all. So, so many of those viewers will become friends in Amazon's eyes. Yeah, and I am just assuming that I never had that happen to me personally. I just know I saw it many times back when we were all more active on live streams and everything. I would go to certain live streams every, like Melody Johnson used to live stream in the wee hours of the morning, which is my golden hour, because I get up at 3 and her live streams used to start at 4. And so that was perfect for me because by that time I have already, brushed my teeth and did all the stuff, and I'm in my zone, right, on the computer. And I will tap over and see Melody was live. I'd be in there, even if I'm multitasking. I could be in there every morning. It'd be fine with me because she was always such a joy to listen to. But she doesn't do those early streams. She's still streaming though. But yeah. Don't forget a while back they mentioned they want us to drive new traffic. They don't want loyal customers. Well, yeah, that's the whole point. They want you to drive new traffic. That's why the whole live streaming thing is kind of has this little catch 22 to it because they want you to drive new traffic, but yet when you're live streaming, you're not driving traffic, you're on the site. And the people are already on the site that come into your live stream, right? So I guess that's why we're not on the product pages anymore because that was just too much like right for them. It was great for us, but when we were all on the product pages because that person literally came to Amazon not because of you, but because they wanted that product. And they see your video, you're live streaming and you're talking, and they get to type in and say, is it 10 inches or 10 and a half inches? And you could say, oh, it's 10 and a half. Sorry, that was not a dirty joke. But anyway, yeah, this exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so I have one other thing that I want to share. Does anybody have any experiences that they've been going through that they want to share before I move into the next thing? Because it is top of the hour, but now I get all these late laughs. uh, what's been going on? Like, is everybody having a down month or week, or
No,
is there?
actually,
Yeah.
I'm actually doing good this month, surprisingly. The past 2 years, when we hit the beginning of the year, it's always tanked for me. And this year, I'm staying on my average daily earnings of anywhere between $5 and $10.
Awesome, awesome. Um, anyone jump on the red book bandwagon? Sandy wants to know. Red note, she meant to say. This month is beating last year, January. Okay, good for you, G Webs. And so yeah, I didn't jump on the red note. I think Altavis did. Altavis, are you still here? I didn't jump on it. I had full confidence that TikTok was going to come back. Now, what's going to happen about what they get the future of it and all that stuff? I don't know. So the other thing I just wanted to show you just a little example of something that I talked about last week about YouTube, and because I saw this in another Facebook group, not our group, that someone was saying when you upload your vertical video, right? Because that's what Amazon wants now. And we all know, let's just do a quick recap. When you upload a short, that means it's 3 minutes or less and it's vertical, right? On YouTube, you can't add a link. You can't put links in the comments. So it's almost like a waste of time. And so, what I encouraged y'all to do, and I'm still saying that if I could figure out which screen I'm supposed to be sharing, I don't know why it's not showing me the right screen. Hang on. I think it's just hiding behind here. Okay, yeah, it is. All right, so here is this video that I did. And I apologize, it's not a Logi product. It just so happened to be one that all of a sudden, I probably created this video a year ago, and all of a sudden, because they opened up the carousels now, people are, watching my video. So here it is. This is just to give you an example. It's a vertical video. I will admit, I just put a little horizontal video behind it. So now, guess what? 37-second video, but now I can add all the links I want. Okay. So what had happened was, because that was on the 17th, I'm in the YouTube affiliate program. So I tagged 2 products from YouTube, which you see these toilet paper. Um, I tagged my toilet paper holder stand. This is a different one from Home Depot. Now the one on Amazon is $14, but this one's 76, and the one on Walmart is 60. The one on Amazon is 14. Okay. But I also picked up a subscriber. This is a 37-second video, y'all. And I made $1.20 in ad revenue on YouTube. And I just think it's hysterical. And I got 600 views, which is good for my channel here lately. So I just wanted to tell you, it's not hard. It's not difficult to do, to just take those vertical videos, put anything. I just so happen to have a library of, horizontal videos that are just backgrounds. And so I just put that behind there. Actually, I think it looks horrible, but 644 people watch it, and I got a new subscriber. Like, what? I'm not going to be doing any more paper towel, toilet paper holder videos, y'all, but whatever. If you want to subscribe, I'm happy that you are doing that. And so I just wanted to give you an example because I want y'all to think that I'm just saying I do these things without doing them. Michael, I feel like you just want to say something. So please, you got all the gear there. You got your mic there. Unmute yourself and say hi.
Hey, what's going on? Sorry I was late. Just got back from the beach with the dogs. But let me understand this. You flipped the algorithm or something happened on its back because you put a horizontal behind a vertical? Just trying to understand because I think it
Okay.
came in
All
late.
right. Good. Good. I'm glad. I had a feeling you had a question. I just had this feeling. You've got your vertical video from your that you've done on Amazon, right? But if you upload it to YouTube and it's under 3 minutes, that means it's a short. I hate that YouTube expanded the time. It used to be only 60 seconds, but now it's 3 minutes. And shorts on YouTube, and I see somebody saying they're adding links to their shorts. Sometimes they'll work until YouTube catches it and then they'll turn it off. You cannot add links in your shorts description or in your shorts comments. So even if people say, well, leave a comment, it doesn't matter. You can't add links. You just can't. Sometimes it slips through because YouTube is they're even bigger than Amazon. But eventually they'll figure it out and they'll turn off your link. Okay. Especially if people click on it, then they know it's a link. so all I'm saying, my suggestion for those who want to repurpose their content is to simply put something horizontal in the back. In my case, I just so happen to have a bunch of videos that I got for free somewhere, right? As a background. But you could have a white background. You just need to upload it as horizontal. Don't upload it as the short because with the shorts, you're not going to be able to add your links. Now, I'm not saying don't ever do shorts on YouTube. That's not my point.
Wait a
My
minute.
point, yes.
Wait, so you're saying a horizontal video, you can add a link?
Yes.
Oh, that's what I couldn't figure
Yeah.
out what I was
Yes.
missing.
Only on shorts. Shorts is
Oh.
the only thing you can't add links to. I could have had a 7-second horizontal video and add links. It's only the shorts. And I'm not exactly sure the reasoning that YouTube gave is because there were so many spammy people because it was such a low barrier of entry. Anybody could just put up, but I'm not buying it because I know YouTube and I know that YouTube can, like I said, if it's a 7-second video that has a spammy link in it, they can find that if it's horizontal. So why can't they find it if it's vertical? So I'm not buying that excuse. I just think that they just want to limit people doing what I'm suggesting that you do. Because they got their own shopping affiliate program.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So
Okay.
do you, because I mean, I do YouTube Shop also. I don't know what it's
Mm-hmm.
called, but I call it YouTube Shop. But I think I've sold 40 things in 4 months. So it's not a lot, but
I
the
haven't
the
sold
prob
any.
you haven't sold any?
No, not one. It's okay though. I'm
Yeah,
good.
I just wish YouTube would have done what TikTok did with battles and some of the other things, because I think that would have drew some people over during that window when TikTok was gone for 12 hours. And I don't understand why they won't do that, because that would draw in the shopping like TikTok did. It's just mind blowing to me why they don't want to do that. But
Yeah.
anyways, my point was, real quick before you jump into that point, I think I put like 99.9% YouTube Shop links in, but I really appreciate. I'm glad I came in, because I don't know why I didn't know that about shorts with the links, but that's invaluable.
Oh,
So
thank
thank
you.
you. So, but do you double dip? Like the reason,
I
for
tried a
example,
triple dip. Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, right. Well, the reason, well, see, initially with YouTube Shop, I was only putting the cheapest price, because, sometimes on YouTube Shop, if anyone doesn't do that, you go down the list and there'll be like 10 different prices from Walmart. So in the beginning, I was like, why in the hell are there so many, because obviously they're probably drop shipping or out, they're all housing their stuff with Walmart like they do with Amazon. But anyways, so what I will do now is I'll link Macy's, Bloomingdale's, Walmart. I'll link them all, because some people have a Target card, but some people want the cheapest price, but some people will pay $10 more if it's Macy's. So I link everything now if it's close.
Absolutely, absolutely. And in that example you just saw, I linked Walmart and I linked Home Depot. And so YouTube changed because it used to be you can't link to a product unless that's a product that's in the video, blah, blah, blah. They don't talk about that no more. Now they're encouraging you to link to stuff. So I like I bought that from Home Shopping, and Home Shopping is in the YouTube. I don't talk about that when I'm, but it's in a lot of my videos, right? I'm talking about this collapsible shelf back here. I'm sorry, I'm pointing. You don't know what I'm pointing to. But I bought it from Home Shopping. So I went back to all the videos that I could find where I'm showing that thing, and I tagged it. Even though I don't talk about it, I don't look at it. People probably don't even notice it. But like I said, I haven't sold any yet. But the thing is that what I was going to say to you earlier, YouTube's not really focusing on this shopping. Like they wanted to be there. They want to make sure that as people come over from Amazon, people come over from TikTok, that they have this program there. But it's not really their focus. That's why, the suggestions that you made, they'll get around to it. They looking at other stuff now. Um, you mentioned Walmart. I just got into the Walmart uh, creator. They just offered me to be a Walmart creator. I haven't sold anything on that either, but there's only so many hours in a day. But one thing I noticed, because YouTube has a Chrome extension, all right? So this Chrome extension, whenever you're looking through your Amazon, if you so happen to be in the YouTube program, or if you're in the Walmart program, pay attention. If you're in the Walmart program, this Chrome extension will show you, like that toilet paper holder, right? You click on that, it'll say, oh, that particular product's not available, but you could, something similar is in Walmart, something similar is in Home Depot, something similar is in Target, right? And you can tag it in your video. But they always prefer Walmart. Walmart will come up no matter what. And I complained about this. And some of you guys may remember I complained because Walmart runs out of stock all the time. And so the first 6 months I was in the program, I was tagging Walmart, not realizing that it was out of stock in Walmart, which just pissed me off. But now what they're doing, what YouTube has started doing, is removing the tag when they know that something is out of stock. But it's, because they have so many different merchants, it's probably kind of hard for them to keep up with what's out of stock. But here's the good part. This also means, because they're always favoring Walmart, so if you're in the Walmart creator program, you can use that YouTube extension to find anything in Walmart to add to your Walmart storefront. because I've been doing it for the last 2 weeks and I've been building up my storefront. Like I said, I'm new to the program, but that's how I've been building up my storefront using the YouTube Chrome extension. So that's where the triple dipping
Awesome.
comes in at. And then I post it on Bendable. Yep.
Do you do Pinterest or you
I
not
do
do?
Pinterest, but I have not cracked that nut yet. And I do believe that the best way to do the Pinterest is with the blog being the intermediary place that you send people. And I just don't feel like blogging right now. But and I know how easy it would be for me to just post stuff on the blog. I'm just like, I don't feel like it right now. But I've uploaded shoppable videos to Pinterest, and each time I've done it, the behavior on Pinterest is different. So Pinterest constantly changing how they want you to link to Amazon products because they got some kind of deal going on with Amazon. So one time it works beautifully. You go back to the pin a week later and they got, oh, shop the look. All these other vendors that no, I want people to go to Amazon. Why are y'all putting this shop the look from Nordstrom's and stuff on my pin? So I was like, I'll come back to it when I figure out the solid strategy of how to use Pinterest, and I know that people use it and it works for them, but so far I've only seen it really being successful for people who are also have a blog. So they're pinning the pin from the blog, and then the person goes to their blog and they see all this Amazon or whatever, Walmart, whatever it is.
Okay, I appreciate it. Yeah, I was going nuts on Pinterest until I got suspended on Amazon for 8 months before they let me back in. So,
Because of Pinterest, you got suspended? Oh,
nope, they didn't
oh,
tell me. They
okay.
insinuated that I had to delete all 1,500 videos. So I did. The last email I sent out of 150 was to Jeff Bezos, and 2 days later I got my account back.
Yay.
So
So,
now I'm back up to 1,200 videos. So
okay.
it's been a grind, but it's better now because the stuff that I'm selling now is more high end. So I don't know why, but it's fine.
And so you're using Logi, right?
Yeah, but I haven't. I emailed somebody. I don't know who. They're looking into it, but for the last couple months, I haven't had my totals. I don't know what it's called. My analytics. Nothing shows up,
Oh,
and I haven't had
oh,
any
okay.
deals. So maybe I
You,
just haven't been a good fit for people.
n-
But I
n-
redid everything that she suggested, but it's not
okay.
showing up.
All right. So I'm assuming that means you're talking to the chat, to the support.
Yeah, I can't remember. Anne, maybe I can't remember
It
who it
could be,
was.
yeah. Okay, that sounds good. Anne is one of the main people
Yeah.
you wind up getting with on support. But I just want to be, for the sake of this video, I just want to make sure because a couple of people have said, and one of them was my girl Shelly, and Shelly actually works for Genius Link, by the way, Ehud. I wanted to let you know that. Shelly complained that she wasn't getting her reports through. And so I just want to show it's so simple. So it only going to take me a second to show. You just got to click on this little question mark right here that's going to open up the intercom chat.
Mm,
Okay. And so you've done that already, but I just wanted to,
yeah.
for the sake of the video, I wanted to share that. And there was a system before. So some of those people who were using that system, their support may have gotten lost. I'm going to assume it got lost. So, but if you're in touch with Anne, then they are checking into it. And so, yeah, hang in
So
there.
so when you yeah, I appreciate it. So when you upload a horizontal video, uh,
To
do you use cap for YouTube Shorts? Or how do you get the horizontal behind the
I
vertical?
use the program I use. I don't recommend to anybody,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's called ScreenFlow. It's the word.
Okay, gotcha.
It's the worst, but it's the one I know how to use. And every time I try to use
Okay.
something different, because you can use Canva, you know.
Canva, yeah.
But every time I try to use something different, I was like, I don't feel like trying to learn how to do this. Like I did try, like there's a video I did that had nothing to do with Amazon though. I was talking about Blue Sky and I was saying how they got a vertical video feed on Blue Sky now. And I was like, click here, click there. So I was trying to add a little arrow. I literally tried to use CapCut I'm using a plus version of the Arrow, and they want me to pay $4.99. No, thank you, ma'am. I'm not. I'm not. It's not that serious. So, so I what I have is sufficient for me, but it's annoying, and I would not recommend it to anybody. And nobody uses it anymore. You have to be on a Mac and all that stuff. But Canva is the quick alternative that I would recommend folks to give a try, because CapCut charges now too. So they got a lot of free stuff, but not what I want.
Yeah. Cool. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you for joining, and thank you for coming on mic. And let's see, Andrew said, did you post an article or content on social media? That was, oh, he was asking you this question, I guess.
So this is what happened. I was doing the this or that. I don't know if you remember that promotion where you had to upload 500 videos, and most people said no because it was 25 bucks a pop, and they were like, I'm not comparing 500 videos. So I created a matrix where I compared chair 1 to chair 2, chair 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5, and then I went 1 to 50. And then I started with chair 2. And I read very closely what they asked for. And then I went chair 2 to 3, 2 to 4, 2 to 5, 2 to 6, and I just slapped them right side by side. And then I didn't summarize at the end, and I was all over Reddit. And people were calling me a cheater. And I was like, hold on a second, time out. I didn't cheat shit, excuse my language. I was like, I created a matrix. I compared chair 1 to all the rest of them, chair 2 to all the rest of them, chair 3. And I didn't respond, but somebody defended
But
me.
you made a separate video for each of those? You
Yes.
made a separate video for each of those?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yep.
people that didn't even do that. There was people that totally gave.
Yeah, I did. And then I ended up getting more than the 12,000 max. I got 12.1K. So I got more. And so I went dark for a week. I literally put in 12-hour days. I was like, I'm going to take a chance. It's 12 grand. And I got why people didn't want to do it. It's 25 bucks a video. And that for major creators, that's, it's garbage, but so anyways, 2 days after that is when I got shut down, even though I got the bonus. So anyways, I want to throw that part in there. Whether it was related, they said I was being audited. And then the lock thing came off of my site stripe or whatever it's called without them even telling me the 2 days after the Jeff Bezos email. And because I refresh once a day, and I look and I'm like, did that lock just come off? I was running around the streets, I had clothes on, but I was running around. I was very excited
Yeah, I guess so. You
because they
make an
didn't throw me
impact.
out, but they just suspended me. And every time I emailed, they would not understand what I was asking.
Right, because the people on the front lines don't, they don't know. They don't know
And I
why
was
you were being
And
audited.
I was emailing the influencer program too, and it still is the same response every time. Finally, the last guy sort of understood what I was saying. The response was different. 150 emails. I'm not exaggerating. I have
Wow.
all of them. But I'm back. I hope am able to stay now. My videos are better now. My disclaimers are better. I think I was making some mistakes. So I don't know. I wish I would know what the reason was because I couldn't fix it. It's frustrating to not know, as everybody knows. They don't tell you anything.
Right. Well, I hope that everything gets straightened out with your Logi account, and you may even have
Appreciate it.
some money sitting there, who knows? But yeah, and we look forward to your contributions in this community, because this is the place where we all can come and just share all of our notes about what's going on with Amazon, all the things that they don't really, tell us, right? But we only know from hearing each other's experiences. And so we appreciate you. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all who were here today. David, you were quiet today, but that's okay. I still love you. And
Who asked me that question? I didn't know who asked me that question.
oh, I think that was G Webs.
Oh, okay, thanks.
It could have been G. Oh, no, it was Andrew. I'm sorry. It was
Oh,
Andrew.
okay, I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Are you in the Facebook group?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
All right. Thanks, everyone. I want y'all to have an amazing week. And if y'all have questions, please put them in the Facebook group. Because, I mean, I can't read y'all minds, but I love it when y'all, get on mic and type your questions in the chat. And Eho said, we love you too, Eileen. Yes, we're all here to help each other. And that's what community is all about. And so y'all have a wonderful weekend. And hopefully y'all sales will pick up this week, except for Andrew, because he's already, kicking butt. All right, y'all. Bye, everyone.